we have three candidates running for mayor, and they are in this particular order. Both members of our current Mountain House Community Services District Board of Directors, Mr. Harry Dhillon, and a founding member and still a member of the Mountain House Community Services District Board of Directors, Dr. Andy Sue. And our third candidate almost couldn't join us today because he was tested positive for COVID on Thursday. We were kind of hoping maybe it would be negative by today, but I think everybody knew that probably wasn't going to happen. So we worked out a Zoom link, and Mr. Reddy is on the Zoom there, if you'd give it up for him.
Good afternoon, everyone. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you, Brian, for setting it up. I am Rajshekhar Reddy Khanna. The people call me with love with Raj Reddy. That's how my ballot shows up, Rajshekhar and Raj Reddy Khanna. When you're looking for a person to pick a mayor, you know who that person is. The third person, you know Harry, you know Andy. The third one is me. So I moved in 2006, Mountain House. When my daughter was 6 months old, I signed for the house in 2005. Ever since I'm living in Bethany with my daughter. She is in 12th grade. She was ready to, as I said, right, we moved in when she was 6 months, and she was ready to get out of, I would say, she wants to get out of my house, ready to fly for a college. And my son is a sophomore, and I have a beautiful wife with a beautiful, add a new member during the COVID days. Now he's 3 months, a German Shepherd named Loki. So he keeps me busy every day. And I love that. And I really, really, happy for making that decision. So that's about me, what I am, about myself and my family. Now, when it comes to what made me to run this position, why am I running? The decision is pretty simple. I have a passion that arises from my profound, enduring enthusiasm for the community goodwill. However, I'm serving as in my current role an IT developer and an IT architect. It has become evident that we need a leader who can take us through challenges and who can help us achieve the goals. That is a person who is dedicated to build a city, we call it as a home. What sets me apart is a combination of experience, foresight, and a commitment to inclusiveness. Again, I believe in 3 C's. The 3 C's are commitment, communication, and collaboration. These are the three key mantras for any success. These 3 things will surpass as a team the expectations set by anyone.
Thank you, Raj.
My name's Andy Sue. I've been a resident in Mountain House since 2004, October 2004. And I was elected to the first ever independent board back in 2008 by the people of Mountain House. And since then, I've been reelected 3 times in 2012, 2016, and 2020. On the board, as a board member, I'm very, I believe in safety. I always voted for increasing police cameras. I also have voted against tax increases for the residents over the last 13 years. I don't want to say I because it's a team effort, but I was part of the board that helped guide Mountain House out of the worst recessions this country has faced in 2008. And over the last few years, I've helped guide Mountain House into the growing, prosperous city that is now of 30,000 people. Outside of politics, most of you, maybe some of you know that I founded Mountain House Flag Football in 2009, which provides youth flag football leagues. And then over the years, we added adult flag football, youth cheer program, Mountain House Tennis Club, Mountain House Golf Club, and last year, last but not least, we added the Sailfish Swim Club, which is by far the biggest club in town. Last year, we had 1,200 kids and adults in classes and 248 in the competitive swim team. So it's, I'm sure thousands of you have participated in one of the programs under flag football. In addition, from 2015 to 2020, I was the head coach of the girls basketball teams at Wickland. And in 2008, I took over the head coaching position at Mountain House High School girls tennis team. And 2020, I became the head coach of the boys tennis team. And over the last 9 seasons with these two teams, we've won a record 9 league championships. In fact, the boys and girls tennis teams that I coach have never lost a league match. Yeah, I only had one other thing. You know, the reason why I'm running for mayor is I want to finish what I started in 2008 and help Mountain House complete the full build-out. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And Mr. Harry Dhillon.
Thank you. My name is Harry Dhillon. I'm a resident of Mountain House for the last 20 years. I have a beautiful wife, Preeti Dhillon, and 3 beautiful kids. They are grown up, born here, went to school here in Mountain House from kindergarten to high school. Now they graduated to the universities. One is in high school senior. So I'm currently Mountain House CSD board member for last 3 years, and also chairman for Public Safety Committee, member of Mountain House Transportation Committee. I'm also Mountain House Fire Department CERT member, which is active CERT, and founder of a couple non-profit organizations, including Royal Kings, which is a youth sports program in the Mountain House since 2012, Mountain Stallion, which is feeder program for the football tackle, Royal Queens, which is girls team for basketball, and Royal Rookies, which is the recreational program for the basketball. So I'm doing this for last 12 years. So I played very good role during COVID, when COVID pandemic hit. So I tried to help the people distributing masks and all the supplies. Then I was able to bring the vaccination to Mountain House Tracy area, which more than 150,000 vaccinations were administered in this area, including Mountain House. I think benefited everyone from here. So my vision for run is I want public safety, public safety of the Mountain House, health, infrastructure and development, transportation. I'm a supporter of Valley Link and bringing a lot of new businesses to Mountain House. Apart from that, I am involved in a lot of other activities in Mountain House, which is including cleaning. We did street cleaning, we did the Bethany Creek cleaning, and a lot of adopted highways around in the 205 and 5 we did cleanups. And also I have a vision to bring more business to Mountain House, which has a strategic growth, and we don't want to develop as a very fast. I have a lot of can I have more?
Finish your thought.
Okay. I've been supported by elected county officials and from the state and the county, and I have a working experience with them. Pat Widrow, which is sheriff, he endorsed me. Ron Freitas, which is district attorney, he endorsed me. All 5 supervisors together, first time, supported any candidate. So I'm supported by Chairman Robert Rickman, Miguel Villapudua, Tom Petty, Paul Canepa, and there's another one. Steve Wynn. Yeah, Steve Ding, yeah. So, and also Treasurer Fonseca Wickham and tax collector, which is Jeff Fulcom, and many more mayors around in the town. Thank you.
Thank you, Harry.
Well, first, thank you, all 3 of you, for your time this afternoon. So the first questions come as we talk about Measure D, and it's all about Mountain House becoming a city. The community would like to know, or for you guys to tell, what is the benefit for Mountain House to becoming a city, as well as where is that one thing that we should be paying attention as we embark into this new step for Mountain House as a city?
Thank you for asking the question. Well, one good thing about Measure D is we get to keep the existing rules, the 18 rules what city has made, MSCSD has made. We keep those rules, and besides that, Measure D brings the self-governance that is more critical for our city. A city grows when we have a governance governed by the people of the city. That is the number one advantage for what we will have when we become a city. The land use decisions around Mountain House, within the Mountain House, when I say around Mountain House, within the boundary of Mountain House, are decisions made by ourselves. And building safety codes, we don't have to go to county for any of these codes. A city can define these codes and can enforce those codes. Traffic control is number one problem that we have today, and the traffic problems and traffic control will be addressed by the city. That is one advantage. Today we do not have that advantage. And animal shelter, we all know how important is that for our babies to have that. It is one thing comes with the city, and economic development. Above all, this is the critical point. Economic development is the city can make that development that will help for city's benefits. City needs money, and economic benefit is economic decision. Economic benefits are the way of funding the city's benefits. These are the few things that comes when we form the city.
Thank you, Raj.
I'm a supporter of Measure D. I've been on the board since 2008 and was part of the board with Director Tingo over there that started the studies and started the process of incorporation. So I'm definitely for Measure D. When we become a city, we will gain certain powers such as economic development, zoning, animal control. I think the most important one of those is economic development. We need to bring more businesses to Mountain House, and that's the one that I want to focus on when we become a new city. Thank you. Less than a minute.
Yeah, I'm also very good supporter of Measure D, and which bring us land use authorities and economic developments which we needed to develop, keep on growing. Animal control, which we might contract to either San Bernardino County or other city. Also, the land use and transportation is very important, and we need to get that on the development. So Measure D, I fully support it. I was at LAFCO meeting. I think some of the board members was against Measure D, and I'm fully support of Measure D. I think will bring this very good shape, new town, new city of the Mountain House. Thank you.
This next question is about Measure E, as Brian explained earlier. Measure E, presuming we become a city on July 1, Measure E would kick in for the next election. It would have three choices: voting at large as we do now, voting by district, which is a geographical area, and then voting from district, which means a person is running from a geographical area, but the whole town can vote for him or her. And the question is, please give us your preferences and explain briefly why that should be the choice for voters. Your preference on one of these or two of these choices, and why you prefer that choice.
Dr. Su, would you start for us?
Sure. Love to. For Measure E, it's a little bit more complicated. There are three choices at large from district and by district. I'm a supporter of from district. So let's say Wickland is a district, which of course is going to be bigger. If you live in Wickland, you can run for that district, but the votes come from the entire city, because you're not representing just Wickland people. You're the population of Wickland. You're representing everybody. So everybody should have a say on who represents that district. So, thank you.
Harry, we'll go to you.
Thank you. So I favor at large because we are not a big city. We are only 32,000 in population, probably in next 2 years. And at district and by district is usually for the bigger cities with a larger population where they need a representation. I think for us, it should be at large. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, it's me, I guess.
Yes,
So, Raj,
all
thank
right,
you for
please.
asking the question. My preference would be by city. The reason is, we, Harry said it's a 30,000, but in no time we will cross this, the magic number of 30,000. We are expected to grow much faster than what we thought. So in no time we will be a bigger city. Any 50,000 resident, 12,000 residents city is a much bigger city than we all think of. So by district will give a much closer communication which keeps within the city. A leader of that district can work closely with the people of that city, and he will be available to them at any point of time. It doesn't mean that at large you think that at large is not the people are not available, but it's different. It's different from at large. He has small area to make sure he listens to the people, he spends time with the people, he addresses those issues, and brings those issues to the council. So it is better governance, that gives a better governance in that sense than at large.
I wasn't clear on what your preference was. You're saying by district is your preference?
Yes, by district.
So
Okay,
one
great.
clarification to my question. The by district only applies to the council members, not to the mayor. The next question is for Mr. Su. It's about the general plan. Presuming the voters vote us in as a city, and they vote you in as a mayor, the council will have 3 years to establish a general plan, which will presumably replace our current master plan. This is a two-part question. Would you, as a mayor, work to maintain the primary principles of existing master plan, use it as a guide, or scrap it altogether? And then, in what ways do you see the new general plan would improve upon the old master plan in a few years?
Again, I've been here since 2004, and we moved here because of the master plan. And I'm gonna, as a mayor, I would continue to defend the current master plan and model our general plan after the current master plan. Although, it's been over 20 years and things have changed and we've lost certain things, we've gained certain things, changes will happen, but I will try to keep it close to what was originally planned in Mountain House. And the second part was
How would you see the general plan improve upon the master plan in a few years' time?
Well, I mean, if given some flexibility, we will listen to the residents and see what is it that they want to see. And I'm not here to represent myself. I'm here to represent the people. And if they want A and B and not C, then guess what? They're going to get A and B. So again, we will stick to the plan, but be flexible and, when things come up.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Can I
1 minute for Director Dhillon to chime
Thank you,
in.
Raj. So our plan is very, very, very good. So if you look at the master plan for the Mountain House, it is designed very well. And if it can change by the ethnicity, because we see a lot of new people moved into Mountain House. We have to look into residents' views later on if we can change the general plan. So it's up to the people of Mountain House. We look at the demands and we might change. I think it's good to change by the time because it was written a long time ago. But it's a beautiful general master plan. I will go by the guidance of the master plan and make changes if residents of Mountain House want the changes.
Thank you.
Yes, I would like to say, the master plan is well-made master plan. It definitely needs some changes to it, but in general, it has very well laid out master plan that Mountain House has laid out. But yeah, any changes to, as Andy was saying, any changes to the master plan goes through public opinion. After all, we are public representatives here who listens to public and make changes as necessary when necessary.
Thank you.
The next questions I have is for Mr. Dhillon. Mr. Dhillon, you have been serving currently as the part of the safety committee on the Mountain House CSD Board of Directors. We also know recently Mountain House has feel an uptick on crime. Especially we have seen a lot of posts about breaking in car and others type of crimes in the city. So what voters will know is, as a mayor, how will you continue to ensure the safety of the community?
Thank you, Palma. So I'm a chairman for Public Safety Committee of Mountain House, and in last 3 years almost, we did attended all the meetings, didn't miss one, and which bring a lot of useful work for the Mountain House safety. So we set up a crime prevention program. We had a crime prevention officer in the full time, and he's staffed, and we have set up several neighborhood watch program in last 3 years, especially in newer villages where there was not much of the area was bigger, and also installed, actually we all board members together worked together to bring some security cameras around in the Mountain House and some LPR cameras, which is license plate reader cameras. So crime, if you look at the statistics, crime is very low in Mountain House. And yes, there are some break-ins, and we were able to catch all those catalytic converters, gang actually, through Mountain House footage on those cameras. And I think you don't see any of those happening right now. Mailbox theft is gone. Thank you to all the board members who approved the newer mailboxes in Wickland, which was creating a lot of hassle for the security. And what we are doing is, if I become mayor, I'll add on more sheriffs and more patrolling in the areas. We got a lot of complaints from newer villages which are annexed, and there's construction thefts, there's a graffiti going on, and we did a lot of work to abatement for the graffiti also. And definitely, it's in the process right now. In the next budget, we're going to approve more cameras, more cameras for the Mountain House. And definitely more rank security and more sheriff need to add it as we grow. I know we are bringing businesses to Mountain House. More businesses means more people visiting Mountain House. Maybe that we see the crime trends, but we are prepared to do that. I'll have my first priority is public safety. If you look at my agenda from last time also, this time also, public safety and public health is my first priority for the Mountain House. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I'll give you a minute for that.
Okay, well, real briefly, as Director Dhillon said, Mountain House actually is a pretty safe place. If you ever go on our CSD website, and I help get the FBI stats on the website for the last 6 or 7 years, it's on there, and if you look at it, we're lower than all the San Joaquin County cities, and in fact, lower than San Ramon, Livermore, Dublin. So our crime rates are low already. However, that's not good enough for me. If I become mayor, I want that rate to go down to as low as 0. May not be possible, but we're going to do what we can. One of the things that I want to propose, and I'm sure a lot of the council members agree, is eventually we want our own police department so that we are not always dependent on the sheriffs that come all the way from San Joaquin. That's the big difference. And of course, I've been here since 2008. I supported the cameras. I supported our rank. We want more bodies on the streets. We can never get crime down to 0, but I want it lower than it is now. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
just about to say that, law and order is number one priority for, I'm sure, every one of us. And keeping our neighbors, keeping our residents safe would be the top priority for me as well. We don't have crime, or we are low in crime. It does not mean when we become a city, we'll still stay the same. When we become a city, new things comes in that brings a new a potential crime. How do we stop it? As a dedicated police station, we should have our own police force, and we should have more cameras that can control people coming in and out. That will help. And it looks like board has already taken a decision to install more cameras around the Mountain House city. But a dedicated police station, that will, I think this city deserves that. Definitely.
Great,
we need
thank
more
you.
police force.
Thank you so much. So, and my next question then is for you, Raj Reddy. Mr. Reddy, being the newcomer to the local government council, how do you envision that a mayor, Raj Reddy, could effectively oversee the new city council when it comes to, say, economic development, for example? Would you be willing to commit to organizing a task force to seek out ways to bring businesses who might provide jobs to residents in town? Or maybe you have something else specifically in mind. How do you see that might work?
I'm not new to the politics. I'm not new to the. I'm entering into the Mountain House politics here, but I'm not new to the politics. I was a student leader, an elected student leader back in college days. I served for 3 consecutive years for a student leader for my colleges. So politics is not new. It is within me, I would say. So when it becomes a city brings up challenges. We have, even though we have surplus money, as for LAFCA document, they say we have $14 million that we get from our special taxes, and the expenses would be $12 million. So we still have $2 million surplus in cash. But still, is that enough? No. We definitely need our own businesses, and my priority would be to bring some businesses, not some businesses, the businesses that can raise the money for us. The grocery stores are not going to give you much money, much revenue for us, because most of the food items are non-taxable. So other things, what are the most benefit businesses for us? Think about hotels. Hotels are having a bed taxes, which is close to 12%, which a city can get from those taxes. And bringing in, one of the other thing is bringing in a outlet store, a strip mall, which is, Tracy used to have an outlets. Once Livermore came in, it's all gone. But I want to bring it in a small strip mall, like an outlet mall, where not just serving us, it serves around the city. People, and not everyone goes to Livermore every day. So, but we need to make sure we have a place where we can generate the money, and at the same time we can generate the employment. Those are the 2 critical things. And also think about the Santana Row kind of a community complex, where all the retails is in the first floor and the residential is on the second floor. That is a win-win position for everyone. When I say everyone, for the residents of that complex, as well as the residents of the Mountain House, where we don't have to go too far.
So I got already been 3 years into the board of directors. So I got experience to have very good full-time mayor for Mountain House, not the part-time mayor. So I'll devote my full-time for Mountain House, for the people of Mountain House, and not like other candidates who want to be part-time, they're doing something else of their own. So for the economic development, I will have single window in the city, which will help the new incoming businesses to have fast permitting and guidance and full-time staff to like services one person window. And we can bring, we see that 70% of people turn right on 205 to go work in Bay Area. I will try to bring the jobs here, and we'll talk to IT companies like, I think this is best place for data center. So we can bring some data center, and people from here, a lot of work. Thank you, that's it.
Thank you. Appreciate that. And Dr. Sue.
Okay, I'll try to answer the question concisely. As a mayor, I would work with the city council to bring businesses to Mountain House that we need, and I'm not going to decide for the people. I'm going to bring the businesses that they want. Thank you.
Thank you.
So the next questions go for all three candidates. The community would like to know how the mayor and the city council will come and work together to ensure or hold accountable the developer for them to build the infrastructures and community facilities in a timely manner.
So that's a very good question for the residents. So we know that these developers are lagging behind on their promises on the infrastructure. Like they start getting the permits on the houses, but they don't build the roads and don't build the parks on time. So I'll make sure, so we stay in touch with them, make sure whatever their promises are, whatever their agreements are with the city, so they comply those agreements and bring all these amenities and infrastructure in timely manner. So there's no lagging on that. Thank you.
Thank you for the question. Yes, as mayor, I would work with the rest of the city council to hold the developers accountable to the agreements that are in place, and maybe to negotiate better agreements for the residents of Mountain House. Because I don't know if most of you have been around since 2003 and 4 like I have. The agreements that we work under right now were written by the developer. Sorry, David, out there. And they are, guess what? Pro-developers. So if there's an opportunity with our newfound city with more leverage, we would like to make that agreement a little bit more pro-residents. Thank you.
But anyway, as an elected member, elected mayor, I would definitely work with my council. Mayor has to work with the council and make builders accountable for speed up the things and deliver on time. We will, if there are any rules that we need to set around, we will work with the council and work with the builders to make things move faster.
Thank you.
This next question is about the Valley Link Rail Service. As the Valley Link Rail Service, as most of you and the folks in the room probably know, that Mountain House has been designated as the first station on this side of the Ultimate, and it's scheduled or slated to be open right now in 27-28. Assuming we can keep that schedule on track and it actually comes to reality. The question is for Mr. Su, but others can chime in. How do you envision using your position as a mayor to not only help make it reality, but in what ways do you see that this sort of service would elevate the stature of Mountain House in the region?
Thank you. Valley Link is very important to me and to the residents of Mountain House, as you know, mass transit, traffic, and it's very difficult over the Altamont. So I know Director Tingo has worked many years with this committee to bring this to Mountain House. And as mayor, I will do whatever I can in my power with the city council to facilitate the process of getting it to Mountain House. What was the second part again?
How do you envision this service, this opportunity would elevate the stature of Mountain House in our region?
Having a Valley Link station probably will elevate the status of Mountain House, yes. Yes, I support it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Director Dhillon, would you like
Thank
to-
you.
Yeah.
So Valley Link is very important for Mountain House, very game changer, I can call it, for the Mountain House residents. So it was slow, but it's in the moment right now, it's in momentum right now, and it's projected to start this project in 2025. Hopefully they will start the service in 27 or 28, and good thing is it's on the hydrogen engine. That's what we learned last time. when we become the city, we'll have more powers. We'll have more saying in the COG, which is more saying in the Valley Link. We have one board of director in the Valley Link, but we have a seat, permanent seat in that Valley Link board. Bernie Stingler is already there, but we can have more saying. And this will cut a lot of commute. I think first station is in, that was planned in Mountain House, and also, and there's a overlay station which is also in other side of the Mountains Parkway. This will bring more value to our houses, and I think park and ride programs or all these things can work very well, like as compared to Dublin, what we see in Dublin. It will ease the commute to Bay Area for all these residents. Thank you.
Mr. Reddy, would you like to chime in, or you good?
Yes, Valley Link. Valley Link is. We all know how hard Bernie's worked on these things. It's her baby. I would say ever since I know Bernice, she only talks about Valley Link. Valley Link. Even today, I think she talks about that in her dreams. But yeah, once Valley Link comes up, we will have the traffic of Mountain House will definitely ease to some extent. It does not solve entire problem. We have a much bigger problem on the roads than Valley Link, and it is outside of mayor's capacity what we can do, what we cannot do on the Valley Links. I don't think it's in our initiative. It is we are beneficiary of this Valley Link. But yeah, once it comes in, it definitely brings some revenue. I would say in form of if there is a parking space comes into our side of Mountain House, there is some potential. Again, we don't know at this point of time how this works, but there is some potential that we can get some tax money from that parking spaces. And also, second part to that, we are already famous. Mountain House is one of the happening cities in the nation. Probably once the Valley Links comes in, it probably adds another feather to the beautiful city of Mountain House. Thank you.
Thank you, Raj. The Mountain House CSD boards recently established a community-based Parks and Recreation Commission consisting of residents working with the recreation manager. Assuming the new city council maintains this commission moving forward, how much of a role and in what ways do you see the mayor directing an agenda for priorities for sport program, facility bookings, and communities event?
Mountain House definitely needs some sporting facilities. So we have 30,000 people here. We don't have an indoor facility. And I think that's the number one priority right now. It's a pressing need of every Mountain House resident that we need an indoor facility where we can go and play. We are a windy city. It's very hard during the summer for us to play any lighter games like shuttle or volleyball. Some of those games are very hard. So we definitely need indoor facility, and that would be my number one priority when I became a mayor. That we have an indoor facility available for everyone. And the second thing is, how can we, do again? That indoor facility will give a return on investment. It's not just the investment only. And the second thing is, we need a facility where an events should happen. Today we have, as part of the master planning, we have a amphitheater in the city of. We are, as I said, 6 months of wind and 6 months of cold. I really don't see a need for amphitheater where there is no return. Again, there is no return on that. Instead of that, we will have a grand theater. It serves multi-purposes. It serves anybody who wants to rent for that any purposes. We can rent those. Today we don't have any indoor facility in Mountain House. The high school is not giving that for any resident. So we can have an indoor facility. Again, it's a return on investment. Our investments are not wasted, and we have a beautiful place for everyone to enjoy. I think that's my 2 minutes.
Thank you.
I can pitch in.
The time runs pretty fast.
I believe the question is about the Park and Rec Commission.
Yes.
And I was, of course, part of the board that formed this commission. And as a mayor, I would work with the city council to give the commission direction, but the commission was formed to do the work. The mayor is not meant to be the micromanager of this commission. So the committee is going to do the work and present back what their findings and what their recommendations are to the board, and then we take action on that. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Dhillon?
Thank you. As our board members, we decided to make a commission, which is Park and Rec Commission, in order to prepare that we are becoming a city. So we want to use to these all commissions. Next one will be probably once we set up the city will be Planning Commission. So to start with, this one was the Park and Rec Commission because it has a lot of work. It put a lot of load on our staff to book these facilities and what the people need. We have a diversity. We have new people moved in, they have different requirements, and that's where these Park and Rec Commission will work with people of Mountain House, then bring it to the City Council, and then we decide how we move forward for what we exactly needed for this town as a Park and Rec. Thank you.
The next questions that we have is for Dr. Su. The LAFCO agency determined in their comprehensive fiscal analysis leading up to their board unanimous approval of incorporation for Mountain House. That really due to the system of local special taxes that was implemented from day one. Mountain House is in a strong position to succeed as an independent city. Calculating into the equation the continuation of the need for and limits of the system, as mayor, what would your position be on maintaining special taxes structure, and how likely would you be to support the need to raise those taxes even at the maximum 4% increase?
It's a long question, but as well, maybe not most of you, but if you reviewed my voting record over the last 15 years, I voted against tax increases in the last 13 in a row. So I believe in efficient government. Although we can always raise taxes and get more money for the government, I think we can always do things better also, and that's why I've always supported not increasing the special taxes. So since I've done it for the last 13 years, I don't see that my position will change once I become mayor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So LAFCO has, actually CSD has hired third-party consultants and spent a lot of funds to study this. Are we okay to become a city? Then LAFCO did physical analysis on us, and they found out that we are good in all the budgets, good in all the finances and everything. So that's why they approved our incorporation to be moving forward. For the special tax, right? So special tax, that's what the city is run on, this special tax. And because like when Mountain House came in existence, initially, county didn't give us anything. So what we did is these developers and all people who invested in this Mountain House, they built all these facilities and put the bonds on us to pay later on. But on special tax, I have not voted for last 2 years for the increase of the 4%. But with the sales tax coming back to Mountain House, all the more revenues coming to Mountain House, we can maybe equalize that, maybe bring it down, not raise 4%, maybe raise 1% a year or 2%, not as a full, not to put any burden on the taxpayers. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Reddy, would you like to chime in? 1 minute?
Thank you. Yes, the CFA has done enough review, and they provided their LAFCO provided their recommendation for city to farm. City will have enough, as I said, city will have enough surplus money to start with for fiscal year 2024 and 25. 14 million and 12 million in the expenses, and we will have some positive cash flow on top of it. But are we in favor of increasing special taxes? I don't see a reason why we want to increase, but it's again, if it all depends on how we go, how we do in future years, depending on that. Again, it's a community decision, and with the council's support, it's a council decision. It is not one way or the other. We will definitely consult with the city as well as council to make any changes to the special taxes. Wow, that's good.
Thank you.
I bid my time. Thank you.
Thank you all for keeping it timely. That's great. Sort of a follow-up, and you just touched on it, Mr. Dhillon. In a similar vein, the question was asked by the community, how will the new City of Mountain House be affected by local sales taxes? Are they going to go up?
No. So sales tax right now, we are county sales tax is 7.75 right now. So which as we compare that with other cities, it's lower. Tracy is much more than Mountain House, and obviously other cities in the west, like in the Bay Area, is way much higher than county. So we'll keep as is tax. We will not change. We will not raise any sales tax. That's it. From the sales tax, probably what we do is state takes about 6%, and 0.5 is taken by the county, and 1% will come back to us for the city of Mountain House.
Great, thank you very much. You good on that? Raj, Reddy, would you like to say something on that?
Absolutely. Yeah, current
Just 1 minute,
taxes
please.
are, yes, current taxes are 7.75, as Harry was saying. After that, the city gets 1% back. Now we don't get anything. Everything goes to county. Once we become a city, 1% comes back to us, as well as which is basically roads, and there's a 0.25 of library thing, which will come back to city. I think it's 1.75, which we can keep out of 7.75 taxes. And any changes to the sales tax has to go on a ballot. So it is not as simple as mayor or council is deciding, okay, we'll increase the sales tax. It has to go to the ballot. Thank you.
Good point. Well, I was curious about what your reference was to for the Grand Theater Center for the Arts. Is that a specific plan you have in mind, or just general?
As I said, I was saying before, we do not have any indoor facility. This Grand Theater Center for Arts will bring at least artists from us. So we have a 30,000, only one Tia Magia was born. So we want to make sure there are more and more people coming up. There is no facility for people of music, arts, and as a matter of fact, for anything to perform or to showcase their talent, we do not have indoor facility. So my idea behind bringing the Grand Theater is to serve two purposes. One, bring the talent hidden within the community. We have a talent everywhere, tons of talent sitting in our kids. They are our future. Let's help them to bring their talent forward. And Grand Theater will help them to bring that talent up front. And second thing is, the residents of Mountain House do not have a place where they can do some kind of a performances. Let's say, specific to. I'm just specific being I'm getting into specifics of it that, let's say a Bharatanatyam is a form of art in Indian culture. If they are graduating from school, they need a facility that can seat up to 600 people, and a graduation ceremony of 5 hours. So we do not have those kind of facilities here. People from Mountain House goes to some other cities to do that. Why? Why can't we have our own? It is, again, it gives us returns for our investments. That's what I was looking. That will help when we farm our city to bring some revenue back.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
So Mr. Reddy has mentioned about the theater, right? So if you look at our planning, so which we call like 2.0 development behind this town hall, we already have planned a community center with the swimming pool. So which will you see it probably in a couple of years. Don't promise right now, but but it's in the plan. It's in the design already. If you go to town hall, our GM can show you the drawing also for that. And also amphitheater. These facilities take a lot of money to build, okay? And things have changed. Construction costs has gone too high. If we build all these facilities, our developers or who has promised all these amenities for us, if they have built like 5 years ago, they're half the price. Right now, labor cost and everything is too much, and everything is 4 times. So that's why we board of directors, we approved the amphitheater because it costs less to build full building. Then the tennis courts are coming, 6 tennis courts, and a dog park is coming, which will see it groundbreaking probably end of this year.
And I have a comment on
When
that.
you alluded to the planning commission earlier, it's in the same vein, a bit of zoning in cities is incredibly important issue. Mountain House is made up majority of single family homes. Is there any plan in your vision as a mayor for increased multifamily dwellings? And how would you go about encouraging their development in our community?
That's what I mean.
This is for all of you.
Okay.
You can start, Mr.
I can start with it. So it's in the master planning right now. If you look at that, there's high density housing. You see the apartments on Arnado and some detached home on the creek and Cuesta and other side of the park. So it has to be like not all big houses in Mountain House. It has to be mixed community, which is single family homes and some apartments also. So that's part of the requirement of changing. So definitely we will not bring any low income houses in Mountain House. That's what I say. And yes, we will go for, because there's a lot of unbuilt land which was left by other developers that has been converted to high density housing, which is need because rate of interest is very high and the affordability. Our kids are not going to afford these houses here. They'll move out from Mountain House. And that's the way, if we have not affordable houses, small houses, that's the way to cut the cost and bring the cost down for the house so people can afford it. That's all.
So,
With regards to multi-family houses, I'll make it simple. I'm going to stick with the current master plan, which already has it part of the master plan. Not going to make any changes unless, the demographics of the town changes significantly. Then we'll make the adjustments as we need to. Thank you.
okay, thank you.
I'll go with what existing with master restrictions. We already have within the master plans. Again, if there any changes to that, we will go with approvals. Again, it will be a community approval needed as well as council's approval. Will make changes as necessary.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Reddy. Another one from the public for all three of you, 2 minutes each. Do you have any other political or public office goals or ambitions outside of the mayoral position in Mountain House? We'll start with Mr. Su this time.
How many minutes do I get? 2 minutes?
Yeah.
No. That's my answer. Thank you.
No political other positions for me, and I'm dedicated to Mountain House, and I'll work for Mountain House and work for the future of Mountain House. That's all.
Mr. Reddy?
I don't have any specific plans, no. But I'm not planning to move out of Mountain House either. So I'm here for Mountain House. I'm dedicated for the future of Mountain House and development of Mountain House.
Mr. Reddy?
And we have another one from a Wickland resident, and it is for all three of you. How does the expansion of public transit in Mountain House fit into your vision in comparison to its non-existent state? Mr. Reddy, let's start with you this time.
Public transportation, yeah, it speaks about the public transportation is my agenda. It is in my manifesto as well. Today, we do not have a public transportation. Do we really need for a small city like Mountain House? Probably not, but at least we can reduce the congestion of the roads. And we all see when we drop our kids in Mountain House how congestion the roads are. Do we really need every parent to drop their kids at school? Probably not. So how can we solve the problem? One way is to bring some transit system into Mountain House. We can have our own transit system, or we can collaborate with somebody else to have those buses run in the Mountain House. Those can be green gas buses. They can run from every village of Mountain House to high school. And when we become a city, we will have a city center, we will have a senior center. These buses can take us to the Delta College and city center as well as to the Valley Link station. So this communication will keep us connected from every village to every part of the Mountain House. And I'll definitely vote for that, and we'll work with the council to make that happen. And again, our roads are not really safe. You take the Grand Line, Great Valley Parkway, the approach roads to the Great Valley, the traffic is not stopping coming from the Byron. I know how hard it is to merge onto the road. I myself ran into a couple of incidents where I could not avoid some of these collisions. But how can we reduce? We cannot put stop signs, so we cannot put signals every intersection. So one way of reducing, controlling the traffic is to put. Just let me finish it up. To introduce some double speed bumps that will at least slow down the traffic, will allow the roads coming into the Mountain House Parkway to safely merge into the Great Valley. Thank you.
If I am voted as mayor, I will work with the city council to bring public transit to Mountain House, because it is needed. Our town is 30,000 people, but it's going to keep growing. And like he said, we don't have anything, so I think it's definitely needed, and I will work with council to bring public transit to Mountain House. Thank you.
Currently, I'm a member of a Mountain House Public Transportation Committee. We talked a lot about this public transportation. As we grow, as we become the city, yes, we do light public transportation. Actually, they did a study to have an autonomous vehicles in Mountain House. Actually, they appointed us to go visit Palo Alto to see electrical, those automated little trams, which can work, which has a federal grant also. Once we become the city, we got a lot of grants available, which are not available right now to the CST. So we can apply for the transportation grants. Apart from that, I'll add on a little bit about the public transportation, which we had it before, RTD from Mountain House to Vasco train station, which was discontinued due to this COVID, and it was not used much. Now have requested COG in personally, and also we had COG came to CSD board, and they had filled a form for the unmet transportation needs. So we'll make sure once I become the mayor, I work with my council and bring back those buses which can take us from Mountain House to BART station, also double BART station until we get a Valley Link, and also to A train station, and also to Tracy for their needs. And there's a service available at RTD, which is called On Demand. You can sign up on that. It's app. They charge very less. They'll pick up from your house and take to your appointments, doctor appointments, or anything. And we can tap all those things. Again, there will be a lot of grants for Mountain House. We'll apply it. We'll go and get it. Thank you.
This is for Director Sue specifically. Do you believe your career will get in the way of your duties as elected mayor?
The answer, of course, is no. I've already served on the CSD board for the last 15 years, and over those 15 years, I've actually added more duties to my plate. Again, while this is not set up as a full-time position, I'm willing to spend whatever time necessary to help Mountain House succeed. Those of you who may know, I haven't taken a vacation for 5 years, so I'm here to serve Mountain House and the people of Mountain House. And those of you who are good at math, you know if you sleep 8 hours a day, there are 112 awake hours during a week. And I think I can spend a lot of time on Mountain House and still do my current position, which is working in the emergency room. Most people don't know the average ER doctor works about 20 hours a week in the ER, so I have plenty of time after my regular job. So thank you.
Thank you.
The mayoral positions is going to be taking a lot of time, that we all understand, because this is transition from the district CSD to city. So there's a lot of training in the first 4 months, and first city council meeting will have a lot of responsibility. We will sign a lot of rules, new regulations and ordinances, and which need, right now we are doing once a month for 3-4 hours, but this is going to be city as like other cities, it's like a Dublin or Tracy or Manteca. So they have like not a once a month meeting, they have weekly meetings. So I'm fully dedicated as a full-time. If I elected, I devote my full time for the Mountain House, and I'm available on call for 24 hours. Thank you.
Mountain House mayor position is not a full-time position, but again, if required, we are available. I am available for the time it takes, time it requires from me.
The next question is for Mr. Dhillon. You recently attained an endorsement from Ron Freitas, the San Joaquin County District Attorney, who vowed to be tough on crime. Since 2020, fentanyl death and addiction in San Joaquin County have skyrocketed, along with the number of inmates in San Joaquin County Jail. Does your position on being tough on crime change with these numbers, and how do you plan on working on these issues as a mayor?
Yeah, thank you. So Ron Freitas, district attorney, endorsed me, and I have worked with them. And one thing I tell you is I sent like almost 30 kids from Mountain House High School to his office to do Youth Leadership Academy for last 2 years, which the kids all benefited from them. The phenytoin is a big problem, not for the county, it's for the whole nation right now. So, we'll follow rules and regulation, we'll implement it, and Ron Freitas is doing good right now, putting people behind the jail and prosecuting all those. Even he pulled up all the old cases from last several years, which was not prosecuted by the previous district attorney. So we support him, and he support Mountain House, and he assured me that he'll prosecute if anyone around here trading fentanyl. So we have to educate the community, educate our kids that these drugs are bad. DARE program is very good. So Mr. Umbercombe from Tracy is coming to Mountain House, teaching all these DARE classes in these middle schools, which benefit. So it depends on our families, how you teach your kids and not to take drugs and stuff like that. And I'm against all these drugs. Fentanyl is killing our community, killing our kids. Recently we had a death like 3 or 4 months ago, which was very sad, from the high school kid was overdosed by the fentanyl. So I will be very tough on that with all my council members of the city of Mountain House. We'll work together, make sure if we have any culprits here in Mountain House, they will be punished and hardened. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I
Dr. Su, Mr.
briefly respond?
Yeah. 1 minute, yes.
Of course, I think a lot of you know I actually work in the emergency room at Sutter Tracy, so I am very familiar with the fentanyl crisis in this country. But instead of focusing on prosecuting the criminals. I want to focus on education. I want to work with the school district and educate the kids to stay away from fentanyl so that we don't make them criminals. Instead of tackling them after the fact, let's get them before the fact. Thank you.
I'll agree with what Andy Sue was saying. That I think it requires education. It requires awareness among the kids that it is probably looks like a candy, but it's not a candy. It's a killer. It kills you. So we need that kind of education for the kids. For all ages. I mean, as Harry was saying, there's a high schooler who was impacted with this thing. I'm sorry to hear that, but it really doesn't look at the age of the kid. It works for everyone. So we need to make sure the kids are educated and made aware what is good versus what is bad. Thank you.
Thank you.
To the existing directors, Mr. Sue and Mr. Dhillon. There has been multiple questions today that all allude to some sort of zoning, single-family houses, multi-family houses. My question is, the planning commission, if we are city, that you would put in place, would have a hand in our zoning decisions, recommendations and such. I want to know your thoughts on how would you pick the planning commission.
So all these, if you look at the other cities, because we are not city yet, so we'll be a city soon. So I'm comparing with other cities like the city of Dublin and how they choose their planning commissioners. So with the thorough screening, that if they don't have any personal interest or personal visions for that town, right? So it has to be selected from all over Mountain House. It has to properly screen qualifications, what he has done for the community in the past, right? Does he have the experience? So make sure they don't have any developers influence in the planning committee. That would be my goal.
Thank you. Director Sue.
If I am elected mayor, I will work with the city council to select the most qualified candidates for the planning commission. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Basically, you can give a summary of why you should be the mayor of Mountain House and tell us why people should vote for you.
Contesting to the mayor position needs a combination of experience, expertise, anticipation, and commitment to inclusive leadership. I'm coming new with a fresh mindset, fresh ideas, and forward thinking. Our city needs a lot of work. We are bringing in a new city. We are building a new city. I would say we are starting fresh altogether. We need a person who can anticipate things, who can anticipate the challenges of today and works and solve those problems and anticipate the problems which are coming in future and put down a plan to address some of those things that are more effectively in place. Transparency is the core of my vision. Once Abraham Lincoln was saying that by the people, for the people, to the people. I'm here to listen to the people. I want to bring the people of Mountain House residents to the voice of the city. I want to hear their voice. I just don't want to make, as a mayor, I want to make sure I listen to them, not just listen to the council. As we stand on the cusp of bringing a new city, a new chapter, we bring a new chapter. I want to partner with everyone. I want to partner with every resident, and we build a new city, which we call it as our home. With everyone's vision, we build a strong future that will lead our way forward. Thank you.
Dr. Sue?
All right, I'll be brief, try not to use my 2 minutes.
free.
If I am elected as mayor, my priority will not just be public safety or economic development. My priority will be the people of Mountain House. What they want is what I want. What they want to accomplish is what I'm going to accomplish for them. And the second part, running a brand new city of 30,000 growing population is going to be a challenging task. Vote for the person with the most leadership and government experience. Vote for the person who's already dedicated the last 15 years of his life to this town. Thank you very much.
If I'm voted for the mayor of Mountain House, I have a vision for Mountain House. So Andy Sue said public safety. Yes, public safety is number one priority for me, for the people of residents. And also I will, with my other city council members and the public and the residents, with the feedback, what exactly they need. These first 5 years are very important for Mountain House. So we need dedicated mayor who has the knowledge, who got relationships in the county, in the state, and because a lot of cities has failed in first 5 years when they incorporated. You look at this history in Southern California, they failed. That was a bad leadership. So we need a leader like me who can have a vision and have developed this city not abruptly, slowly, with all the developments, all the economic developments, transportation we all talk about, like in whole this forum. But I'll make sure I stand what people want from me. I'll be good mayor for you guys. Please vote for me on November 5th, and I'll take this town into bigger direction and map on this world. We are already beautiful city, very clean, and I didn't mention about that. Environment-wise, we are very good. We got 18,000 trees in Mountain House, which is per person, 30,000 people, we got 18,000 trees. I'm an environmentalist. I will take care of the environment around it and pollution and everything. And please vote for me on March 5th. Thank you.
I mainly just wanted to thank all three of you for being here today. I think it takes a lot. I don't know if a lot of people understand, but the mayor is not like a paid salary position. It's very similar to the CSD board members, that they get basically a stipend for being involved. So each meeting, I think you get paid a little bit. I don't think it's
$175 per meeting now.
So this is not like you're chartered. There is a chartered city, as I understand, that could happen. The city council could eventually decide to go that route, but for you guys to dedicate your time and even to be here, I for one appreciate it. I know all these people can appreciate it as well. Thank you.